Hey guys, welcome to another session of RBTL. This week we have Alencia dropping, and the second week continuing on Dian's story event. Now, sadly, I was thinking that Alencia wouldn't drop this week because I wanted her to have her side story. Seemingly right now, at least, we have no hint that there would be a side story for her, which is kind of bad because I wanted to see what her relationship. I know she's an aunt. I know she's 800 years old, aunt to Yufin and Luna. But I just wanted to see what kind of story, because anyways. But at least for now, we don't have a side story. I talked about Alencia and my thoughts on her in depth in another video when she was dropped from the Korean video. So in terms of imprint concentration, imprint release, her stats being a warrior cancer, being an earth elemental, same stats as Apocalypse Ravi. All that jazz. So if you want to check that out, definitely do that. In terms of an update from that video, we do have her damage mods, which isn't insanely high. It's 5% HP scaling S1, 7% HP scaling. I think it's flipped. 5% HP scaling if she does trample on the S2, and a 12% HP scaling on the S3, with a 0.5 attack mod, which is very low if you compare it to Ken or even ML Robbie. Wait, is it 10? Oh, 10, 12, and 15%. Okay, so that's according to S1, S2, S3, 10, 12, and 15%, but 0.5 attack. So it is very low. In this case, building Alencia, you don't need to chase very high attack because you're not really benefiting from it too much. So being very high HP would be really good. I think a lot of people are already theory crafting kind of artifacts going into her. Draco Plate would be nice just for sustainability, more damage, because it's crit damage. So, having high HP and scaling off HP will still do more damage if your crit damage is high. Some people going with Cigar Scythe for that extra, because if you can put her on a counter set and she does S1 into S2, she can most likely heal back a ton of damage, especially if she gets the defense break on the S1. So it's very nice options there. And then of course we have her own artifact. I just spent about 5 to 10 minutes talking to people on stream, talking about their thoughts on it. One thing I will say this, I actually didn't know that the flat stats on the artifacts are actually differ based on the type of artifact. I used to think that all warrior artifacts had the same stats, which is actually not a good thing. So can't believe I played the game for a whole year without knowing this. But the note would be the 988 flat health on this artifact is insane. Of course, if you're going to use this for Alencia, it's even better. So I think your Alencia should be on most likely a counter set. I think counter set still works, will still work. I think we will require some testing in terms of how the S1 and the S2 proc, but judging by the reading of it, it most likely should proc on a counter. If Mind Eye procs and she counters on the S1, it should go into the S2 straight away. So counter set would be great. 150 speed would be the aim for sort of bruisers. Of course, the faster the better, but keep in mind it is on a counter set. So however you get the speed, either from a speed boot and rolling high other stats, or getting speed stats in every single piece, that would be nice. And then maybe go for a HP boot. Most likely HP ring and a crit damage necklace would be good, having damage there. If you have this artifact and you have it at plus 30, it does 2% crit rate increase every single time someone goes, so every turn. So dual attacks don't count, so it has to be an actual turn. So counters won't count into that, but it can stack pretty quick, especially if you get to plus 30. Up to 20 times, which means 40%. But I don't recommend you running this artifact in a PvP fight and dropping into a 60% crit rate and therefore hoping to get a 40% stack. Ideally, I think you should keep in mind that most likely you'll get about half, and either your team is dead or their team is dead. There are going to be one-off teams where it's either they're really sustaining or you're really sustaining, and maybe you will get that, but probably aim for I would say aim for a 70 to 80% crit rate and hoping for a 20% stack if you get this to plus 30. But either way, if you don't even use this for PvP, because I do think that there are a lot of warrior artifacts that are going to be really good for PvP in terms of if you're going to use it on Alencia. So I'm not 100% sure if I would use this most likely. If I can get the stats, the crit stats, without sacrificing too much of other stats, I think that should be good. Effectiveness is really a high importance on her as well. I would aim for 30 to 50% effectiveness because of the debuff she needs to do. So definitely do that. But HP is the highest priority. Crit rate, crit damage, but again, depends on the artifact. That's my thoughts on it, but I think for sure in this case, there are multiple RGB banners that came out in the past where I'm just like, yeah, if you actually skip the artifact, don't be too salty about it. For example, like Bloody Rose. So like for that was a Melissa's artifact. I was saying that, yeah, you're gonna see like almost no use and until you get a buff on that artifact. But this one I would say you definitely go for Bastion of Perlucia for Lilius. And even Dignus or for Vivian, I was kind of like half. Yeah, you're gonna get those fights where you can put them on a defense team or benefit you on an offense team, but it's not your go-tos. This one may be a go-to, especially if you're talking about PvE. Hopefully, you know, we get more Hell Raids later, and those fights, I mean, you'll most likely be able to stack like max since it doesn't reset. It's not Hell Cutter, and for future Abyss floors, that might be useful too. So this one's a definitely like. You should get it while it's here. I'm definitely going to go for multiple Alencias, so hopefully I'm going to get like 1 or 2 artifacts at least to get it started. Yes, like I said, the DN story, and I'm just going to talk about the powder shop, my thoughts on it again. So rotating so after the patch, so that it would be tomorrow for most of us at least. It depends on when you're watching it. There's a lot of stuff to get here. If you want Sagar Scythe Alencia and you have a maxed one on an ML Ken or something like that, you got to pick that up. Elber's Ritual Sword, still like one of the best knight artifacts right now, especially for DPS. I'm going to be it's going to be an expensive shop refresh this time. I gotta get one more bottle of knowledge for my Draco plate to be maxed, and I think Draco plate is worth being plus 30. Alexa's basket is gonna be a good one too, but I don't use it on a lot of thieves at the moment, so I might skip that one. But for me, I think Elber's Ritual Sword, I gotta max a couple. I want to try to plus 32 Elber's Ritual Swords. My other one is almost plus 30, but I want to get another one. So the third Elber's Ritual Sword, I want to max that one too. And then Sagar Scythe, I might go for Alexis Basket. Oh, Celestine is in this one? Crap. Okay, I need to get it too. I have no Celestine. And in a couple of my fights for Alina, I realized I needed Celestine and not Megara's Tome. So for example, on team comps with double CR boosters, Alina's not going to cut in with a Tome. So ideally a Celestine would be good, especially on a counter set. Crap. I'm going to be very broke. Aureus here, if you're a new player, of course, you need to get that. A 4-star is the most worth it in that list of 4 stars. Aureus is the most important one there. So I would definitely pick up Aureus. Pick up Celestine if you don't have it, although I still find Celestine it's a nice to have, but not as important as Rod. Alexa's Basket is really good. Elber's Ritual Sword is really good. Sagar Scythe is kind of a sort of good if you have the heroes for it. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here. That's my thoughts on this. So hopefully, you know, you guys enjoyed my insights there. I'm gonna end this. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next RBTL.